Now, as he always does on a Wednesday, joining us, Executive Chairman of Yellow Brick Road Home Loans, Mark Bouris. Mark, some interesting data on retail yesterday. A drop-off not quite at 2019 levels, having looked at the graphs when you compare the months, but still something for the RBA to think about. What do you think it does?
Oh, definitely something to think about, Pete. What the December numbers in retail sales revealed is that we were down in December relative to other months in the year. And by the way, that's our first down month in retail sales for all of 2022. In other words, there were 11 consecutive up months, and then December was a down month. But I'm going to hit it with a but. We have changed our behaviour. I mean, like December buying, which is Christmas buying, generally speaking, is around Christmas time. But these days we have Black Friday, etc. And what we're going to look at is November was up, and November was up quite significantly. And it may be that people are just getting ahead of the Christmas shopping in November. So we need a little bit more time to sort of play out. We need another few more months of these down months just to make sure that the Reserve Bank should be reducing rates.
I mean, you got Deutsche Bank that says that there'll be 4 rate rises by August. Others have said 3 by May. Does this change the game much in terms of longer term predictions, Mark?
Well, no, we're still looking at inflation numbers. I don't change my position. So I'm not as bad as Deutsche. I don't say 4. Bill Evans, I'm closer to where Bill is. I'm saying there'll be a rate rise in February this month. I'm definitely saying there'll be a rate rise off the back of the inflation numbers. Bear in mind, the Reserve Bank's interested in inflation. But I want to say this to you, Pete, right? Yeah. They're all technical outcomes. I think technically the Reserve Bank will have to do this, have to put rates up at least one more time. But I'm more in the Milton Friedman camp. And the Milton Friedman camp says that it's all about liquidity in the economy. In other words, how much money is available for people to go and spend. So, wage rises, no. Government spending, some government spending, lots of promises because it's an election coming up, but nowhere near the government spending that was happening during the COVID period. Globally, money's being contracted out of the world economy. I think the lack of liquidity or the reduction in liquidity that's happening globally, particularly here in Australia, particularly here in New South Wales, will be enough to do the job the Reserve Bank needs. But, of course, the Reserve Bank's not going to look at that. They're going to look at inflation. They're going to have to make a response, and they're going to do it in February. They're going to put rates up. Sure,
no worries. But do you think that the Reserve Bank would be looking at these Roy Morgan figures that found a quarter of mortgage holders in the country? So that's, 1.1 million already classified as at risk?
Well, at risk means that, and the Reserve Bank will be well aware of this, at risk means that a quarter of Australian mortgage holders are spending on their mortgage on a monthly basis somewhere between 28 and 45% of their net income. So that's income after tax. So that's a really important point. I mean, yes, the Reserve Bank will consider it, but by the way, that's where the Reserve Bank wants. That's where they want to put them. The question is, does the Reserve Bank want to put in just one more rate rise into that category? And that will probably be the last nail on the coffin. That will be definitely enough to stop people from spending who hold a mortgage. Bear in mind, there's a lot of people that don't have a mortgage. Lots of people that don't have any debt at all. This suits those people who have money in deposit, particularly the elderly or those people over a certain age or people who have paid their mortgage off. They're still spending like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's also spending on increased rent, though, no doubt, which we've spoken about before.